All right, welcome to Soul Spark Tarot. I'm your host, Mr. New, and today we got our daily. We got our daily today. Let's go ahead and see what's going on this fine, fine day. Now, obviously, we've been doing this pretty consistently lately, and I'm looking to continue to do the same thing. Things might change, things might not, but I'm still trying to be consistent for you guys. So, trying to be consistent on the other channel as well, which is more of this stuff, but without the cards. It's more physical, real world kind of stuff, but still help nonetheless. So, get it left brain, you get it right brain. Either way, make sure you help yourself. So, I don't think I'm going to do any yapping too much today. Um, Probably come up, but if I had to yap, what's up? I woke up mad today. I don't know why. I just had a feeling. I wouldn't say I was mad. I don't know. I just felt super aggressive like all day. Everything was just moving too slow for me all day. Then I look up and it's like late as fuck, and I realize that I just went through a whole day not really realizing it, just pushing, pushing, pushing. And then next thing you know, it's like the day's over. So if I had to say anything, just learn how to chill. That's what I did. I find it funny whenever I be because I've prepared myself and I've trained my body and my mind to notice reactions outside of just my full consciousness. And so, like, if I catch myself being in the mood, like I was today, I might just call it out and be like, "So you mad, bro? You mad, bro? You mad, huh? What you mad for?" And I just wait for my own responses. And normally it's just some little ass kid shit. And then I just laugh and it makes me feel better. So, yeah, man, be your own best support system. Even if you got to be an Eeyore, make sure you can make yourself giggle or something. So, all right, let's get started on this. So, today we got our daily. Let's see what the energies are for today. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what makes me feel good. Let's see what makes me feel bad. Let's see what makes me transmute. Let's just see what's going on. What's going on or what's going on? Let's see. Start the reading right now. Not right now. All right. So say it with me now. Let's get on with some of these affirmations. I am loved. Let me hear it. I am loved. I am blessed. Let me hear it. I am blessed. Let me hear it. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. And then, unfortunately, I am healthy. I am healthy. So the healthiness has been broken. That's okay though, because I think what this means is we're breaking through to some new health. But either way it go, you are healthy, you're loved, you're blessed, and you're beautiful. All right, so let's get this little 3 card spread going on. Let's see what's happening. What's the energy that we need to know? So this one popped up, this one popped down. I don't normally do this, but again, I never really do this with oracle cards because their intentions are just purely as general. It's like looking at an absolute something. So we got body changes at the bottom, volunteer motivation. So not voluntary motivation. It sounds like somebody isn't doing something that they should be doing today. Courage to stay sober, find support, moving, seeking, and finding a new career, religion, and spirituality, and hobbies. So it seems like somebody is adjusting something. Healthcare changes. Keep the fact. So I want to turn this up right just because again, I don't normally do this. First thing I notice is all of these cards have orange butterflies. So we're doing something with the emotion. Something is happening with the emotion. The emotion is coming out. There's another orange. There's another orange. So absolutely dealing with the emotions. Okay. Orange at the bottom. So we got an orange, 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 orange factor going on. Let's see what's going on with this orange volunteer card with the sentimental feelings. So self-care. Got to communicate to yourself, communicate your emotions to yourself in a way that, again, this was upright. So maybe it volunteers emotion, or maybe we're looking at old feelings of self care that does not volunteer motivation. So maybe we're dropping the things, we're voluntarily dropping the things that take away our self care due to our feelings. So you get into your feelings, you get into your mood, you might do some fucked up shit to yourself. And I think we stopping that. I think we're finding motivations to stop that as well. And for me, motivation is always of the self. So that's what soul inspiration is. It's inspiration from yourself, but it comes from the motivations that you carry. I was motivated to do this. I was motivated to do that. And I think this motivation is changing. Keep the faith. We got a new exercise program coming up. Take the next step now. Welcome the new and realize and epiphanize. So we got realizations and epiphanies about welcoming the new. We're going to take the next step now to this new exercise program. So if I had to say anything, I think you've been trying. I think you've been wanting to try. I think you've been putting in efforts to try. And I think these efforts have been happening. They've been making everything go through. They've been smooth, but you got to keep the faith because maybe there's a big bump or rocky space coming up or something, and you got to start dropping the things that demotivate you. That makes you not want to take care of yourself. If I had to, put in mind for me, I've been running and ripping all day, all day, all day since 4 in the morning. Just been going, just various aspects. But I was mad too, so it's just like, damn, just blazing through this day and I was exhausted by the end of the day. And I'm realizing like I don't need to go balls to the walls all the time, even though that's a comfort here for me. It's comfortable there. But at the end of the day, I was so drained that I went and got some wine. And I haven't even drank any of it just because I don't want to drink it. But I got it just to have it. And I sat down, I meditated for like 5 minutes, and bro, man, I felt like I was high as hell or something. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I wasn't any lick of angry or nothing. I just was like relaxed, like, yo, damn. Like, that's the kind of vibe I was on. That's the kind of vibe. So I don't know. Let me get one for motivation. Talk to me about motivation. So, Brady, I'm never lying. Self-employment. So something is stopping you, something is starting you. But the idea is where are you going to place the conscious motivation upon that? And it needs to be on the things that motivate you to stay sober. So for me, if I get into this next role that I'm trying to do, this next phase of my life, I don't want to just be doing it again. I want to help so many people. I don't want to exert myself to the point to where I'm drained and I got to do things to try to make my shadow side healthy or happy, I should say, because it's tired of, being the fighter, having to drive and, fight traffic and fight the sun and all of those things. Your shadow side, they get tired, man. They get tired of protecting you. It's your motion, it's your actions. It gets tired of that. So I'm learning how to chill because I've always put a light face or a bright face or the daylight face on my shadow side and present that hardworking person to my jobs and things. But I've been flip flopping. I've been trying to not focus on the job as much and focus on my home, but I've been treating my home like it's a job. I don't really want to do that. I mean, I shouldn't really do that, but it is towards my north node. And so I think that is a good step, changing the perspective of my job. Cause again, it's still my south node, no matter what, my 10th house, it's my south node. So it's like, I've been there, done that. People see me as been there, done that, having that. And it's just like, no matter what, I don't even care. It's just the realizing epiphany and that epiphany that I'm coming to that it just doesn't really matter. Your life is going to be your life, their life is going to be their life. And these are just fleeting moments in time and space. So it really doesn't matter. Nothing really matters like at all. And I've had some bad shit happen to me and it don't really matter. You know, that shit eventually turns into good things if that's what you're trying to do. So it doesn't really matter what things are. What matters is what things become. And to become something means to be something and then take an action as that's something you've been. And when I say been, I mean BEN instead of BEEN. Again, one is referring to, I used to teach this to my fourth graders, but phonics matters, man. And it tells you things based upon where words come from. So Ben versus Bean, Willie Bean. I like to make sure my kids understood the difference, which was context. But just like the context of this, I've been there, I've done that. I was talking to this business owner today. Pretty amazing dude. Got a nice little mentor session from him. And, you know, he took a ancient Chinese literature class when he was in hobby, when he was in his undergrad. And he said, Professor, well, I guess somebody else asked it, but somebody was like, Professor, when am I ever going to use this in real life? And then the professor flat out was like, never. What the fuck? So then he was like, well, what's the point of us taking this class? And then the answer my mentor said was profound to him, which it was. And the idea was, okay, this is hard, but if you can do this, just suffer through the hardness and find some value through it because it's hard. Do you think the things that you're doing is going to be easy? Do you think that the things that you want to do and care about and love, do you think those things will be hard? If you can sit through ancient Chinese literature, Chinese literature. This dude was an American. Don't have a clue as to why he was taking that class. But what we do understand is that the lesson was it was a hard class. He made it through it, and it made him feel strong enough to accomplish anything, overcome any obstacle, take your steps even when you can't. Whether that's in the mind and you think you can, that's a step, and that shit matters. So if I had to give you guys any energy, especially because we're just coming off this full moon, let your emotions flow, these sentimental feelings. See how they can help you help yourself. Again, see how these feelings can help you help yourself. How can the feeling be its own thing and you see it and observe it as its own thing and say, that makes me happy, that makes me sad, that makes me motivated, that makes me want to sit the fuck down. You got to be able to identify it as something different. And then when you do identify it, keep the faith. Why? Because the things that you're understanding through these feelings as you're applying it to your self care, trying to find new motivations to drop the things that take away your self care, those realizations is going to welcome more and more new things into your life. And as you continue to take that step towards your new life is going to be embedded within a new exercise program, whether that's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically. You have a new routine coming up, whether that's inputting energies or receiving or outputting energies, which is given. So All of these things are going to be coming together so you can take this next step now towards motivating sobriety. Maybe I'm supposed to be over here telling everybody, sober up. I don't know. But what we have is a new career of a dietary change. And these two things, I believe, go here because at the end of the day, you might be a person who's working over grief. And because you're working through grief or working over grief, you might want to drink or smoke. Maybe your friends come over, you want to party. I don't think these are bad things, but I think that this new career and this dietary change that maybe you want to have might be enough motivation for you to quit. Whatever you need to quit, whatever you want to quit, I think you'll be okay to do so by not completely changing what you do, by adding new to your life. We're going to finish up now with this angel message. I feel like this would really drive it home for us. If I had to rephrase all of this and just sum this reading up, find a hobby that motivates you to do better for yourself. And what better for yourself means is to do less of the things that's bad for yourself. I didn't say completely drop it, but I'm saying find some hobbies that make you happy, that make you want to stay happy, and keep doing things to make you happy. Do more of what makes yourself happy. Chapter happy, baby. Check it out. Respark Yo Spark Soul Inspiration Experience. You can download that or you can just watch it for free. I posted it on the other page, but it's my third book, and it was a book that was spoken. Just I spoke this, and then decided to turn around and type it. But you get a chance to see all of these affirmations that I made with my class and how they helped us so much. And then how my part two, my book part two, remember Yo Spark, how that was my testimony, but that was just me telling the story of my lessons learned. Part three or Respark Yo Spark is just me in those feelings at those times during those affirmations. So you get a chance to feel how I really felt during those situations and do more of what makes yourself happy is a pretty good one just because of the simple fact that as a lot of things changing in that chapter and in that song and as things are changing the concept is saying I'm still doing things to make myself happy. I'm actually doing more things to make myself happy. So, in the midst of change, doing what makes yourself happy, like buying alcohol, even though I haven't drunk it, but that made a part of myself happy and satisfied, and that was it. Didn't even need to consume it. So, it's about giving yourself things spiritually. Like you can be completely sober 20 years and have a crazy urge to drink. Go buy the drink and pour it out. Give it to your ancestors kind of vibe. Maybe you take a little shot. Maybe because you are afraid you are going to lose your, streak of sobriety. Maybe you decide that, oh, I will never take a sip of this. I don't want to go back down that spiral. That is true. That might be the case, but that is not you. That's not your spirit. That's the physical body versus the non physical body. And that non physical body wants to have that in its possession. And that's it. The non physical body can't consume the alcohol, and the non physical body just exudes the effects that the body carries. Sometimes it flees as well, AKA when you black out. The idea is that you are making these changes, right? So sometimes you might have to do something that appears a little bit backwards, but it's not. It's forward in the spiritual world just because of the simple fact you're taking a step back in the physical. So again, if you go backwards, the world goes forwards. If you go forward, the world goes backwards. It's not too crazy if you just take a second to think about it. But as you're thinking, make sure you figure out the hobbies that will allow you to think more about this. Maybe you want to get into some chess or some shopping. That's a sport to me, especially when you're doing on a time frame. But Find a hobby and hope that that hobby will take you to making these changes that you need for your future self. And that step in that direction is what you already know and realized. You already know it. So, all right. So, final messages: cleanse, detoxify, and ask. So, if you need some help, man, you can come ask me. You can come ask a friend. You can ask your angels. You can ask whomever. But if you need some help cleansing and detoxifying, get the help. Don't fucking wait on this shit. Don't wait on this. This shower of abundance is coming. Cleanse and detoxify. Ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is that of free will, which allows you to make your own choices and your own decisions. So we patiently wait your request to assist you in detoxifying, to assist you in cleansing off that energy. Again, if I got that addictive energy and I'm sober, you can still go buy the alcohol and then offer it to somebody else. Go buy a little shooter and offer it to your ancestors, kind of thing. That right there will cleanse the energy of the addiction. You didn't consume it. You didn't consume it. So it's not a part of you. You don't need to detoxify it, but you consumed it by buying it. But because of that, it's like you're giving somebody a payment, a part of yourself a payment. Thank you, shadow self, for being here for me. Here's your pay. Fuck out of here. Gone. So again, that is cleansing. That's again when we sage, or if I use, my Palo Santo, we have to understand that it's something moving something else out the way. That is the cleansing. So by you taking the action to purchase it, right? That is you taking on that energy, you claiming it. But by you releasing it, not inside of you, but outside of you, you're still doing the same behavior. It's the same actions. I buy the alcohol, I pour it. I just didn't pour it inside of me. And so it's still an offering. And because you kept yourself clean, it's a cleanse. It's like smoke moving that energy from the room. This action of buying and pouring the alcohol is cleansing the act of buying and consuming the alcohol. I can do all the same actions, make one little adjustment, and everything could be different. Again, I think I talked about this the other day. If you are drinking, cool. Don't drink all six of your pack. Drink five. Save one. Drink two. Start to remove the behaviors that are associated with the toxicity. And that is the detoxification aspect. I'm not just trying to cut shit out. I'm trying to cut the cause. I'm trying to cut the purpose. I'm trying to cut the reasons as to why I even need this out of my life. And I'm not trying to just remove it, cord cutting. No, that's a part of you that has helped you. Again, give that little badass kid some fucking candy and get the fuck out of my face. That's the kind of vibe. So I'm going to read this and we're going to get out of here. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, will help you to develop life affirming ways to deal with stress, as well as ease any sorrow at shedding your old ways. Give your cares, worries, and concerns to us and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. So if you needed some motivation, there you go. Ask your angels, ask your spouse, ask your friends, ask your me, ask your reader, me, Mr. New. But make sure you ask yourself what needs to be cleansed, what needs to be detoxified, and how I can continue to motivate myself. So appreciate you all for being here. Go motivate yourself with a new hobby, people. Stay clean, stay happy, stay fresh. Peace.